on today's show, we're going to be going straight into an amazing topic, one that I feel is not often talked about or frankly never spoken about. And this is something that is of great value to the sex drive and sex urges of young Christian singles. And today on the show, I am going to be your host, and my name is Chedi Uzoigwe. And as usual, I'm not going to be doing this alone because what do I know? I'm just a single girl, right? I'm going to be doing this with a married person and a single person, and they are going to be here to share their views on today's topic. Okay, so let's meet our guest. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Sister? Her name, royalty.
Fine,
How
thank
you
you.
do? You look so beautiful.
Thank you, just like you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
I'm the single man in the house.
Thank you for announcing that I'm single.
Maybe you should add
I'm here
unsearching.
to sell your market, sir.
No problem.
Trust my government.
What if I say single but not available?
It's allowed. It's allowed. So your name, sir?
Well, I'm Pius Emmanuel Adaka. I'm happy to be in the studio today. Thanks for joining us again today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. We are filming from our studios here in Istanbul, Turkey. And the topic on today's show is sexual urges and temptation. I know you are wondering, what are we going to be talking about? This is one show you do not want to miss. So get your notepad, get your pens, because you're going to be learning a lot.
Sex and urge, the drive, the push to want to have sex.
So beautiful.
Now, sexual intercourse, simply put, the meeting of the male and female reproductive organs.
Okay.
So, sexual urge, that drive, that desire of wanting to have sex.
I like how simple she puts it. Drive and desire to go straight to sex. At what age do you think individuals start to experience these urges? At what age do you think people begin to notice that there's this reaction, there's this drive in me to want to explore something?
Well, I think the ages differ.
Okay.
Firstly, depending on the gender, in a male is different from a female.
Okay.
And another thing that contributes to it is, the environment we are now and the age we are. You can compare this particular century to the previous century, the days of our mothers, that, even at 16, 17, they are still, not exposed to anything. But now a child of 7 years old, 6 years old has been exposed to those things. So, our exposure determines how quick our body reacts. So the age bracket might not be able to ascertain as at now. At some people at age 11, they are feeling it. Some age 12, they are feeling it, depending on their exposure.
So do you feel as Christians, we address this sexual urges when like at the initial stage? Do you think we address it, or we leave it to linger to a certain stage before we start addressing it?
I think it's usually ignored. Some parents, even Christian parents, are shy to talk about these things to their children, and it is dangerous. I think that as a parent, a Christian one at that, there are some things, like me, by God's grace, I'm a parent. At times when I'm talking to my boy, he's just as small as 3. But I never look at him like he's too small or totally ignorant of anything. Now, I'll give you a rough example. He wanted to play with me, Mama, kiss. He wants to kiss, and he wanted to go to the mouth. And I said, no, Mia. Only husband and wife kiss on the mouth. If you want to kiss anybody, jaw. Mama, jaw, friend, jaw.
So he's aware.
Yes, I don't look at him like he's too innocent. He doesn't know. Now, maybe he has seen somebody. Maybe he has seen his father and I exchange a kiss, and he feels that it's normal. Maybe not deliberately, like we are kissing for him to see, but he might have seen it without us knowing. And then he thinks that it's normal for him to come and kiss Mama like that. So I don't say that, oh, you're too small, let me not tell you. I just tell him, husband, and he already knows that his father is my husband.
Yes.
So I just want to encourage that Christian parents are supposed to bring this topic, the earlier the better, because like they say, if you don't train your children, society will, and you would lose them. So we need to lead them on this topic before they go and hear what the TV is saying, YouTube is saying, Facebook is saying. We need to establish it.
Are sexual desires negative or positive?
Sexual desire are not negative.
Okay, so you're saying they are positive?
They are positive.
Okay.
It is normal. Once you are human, even if you are not feeling it as human, that means you are not complete. You need to see your doctor. Especially at a certain age.
Yeah.
So if you are not feeling it, no. You need to see your doctor. So it is positive It is not negative to me.
Okay.
I once was single too, though.
Yeah,
So
no, we get there.
nobody gets up and is married.
So we definitely get there. But let's talk about people that are in it right now.
May I be sincere with you?
Be very sincere.
It's not easy.
Thank you.
The truth is this: it is not easy.
Mm.
It is only easy through the grace of God. Even with the grace of God, it is still not easy.
Mm.
Because there are so many things around, so many temptations around you.
Yeah.
And at times, if care is not taken, you too want to feel belong.
Yeah.
You know, there are questions that will come your way, and are you sure you are a man indeed?
Mm.
You are this age, you are telling me you are a virgin. What's wrong with you in this generation? I have heard
Men.
things like that. You know, back home in Nigeria, I was a teacher, and I got close to so many of my students. I heard a lot. A lot. You know, there were things that they thought that they should just practice it as that's the norms of the environment. That at age 15, you are still a virgin, that is a taboo. That is, it's unheard. Why you be 15, 16, and 10 you are still virgin?
So
that is
sad.
the society we have now.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, holding yourself till marriage before you have sex is not easy. But that is the requirement. Let me say this. The truth is this: for a man, sex does not feel void. And that's why you can see a man having sex with anything in skirt. Okay, we see.
And you still go on if the body was filled
we
with
see mad people on the street having pregnancy. Who give them pregnancy? Men.
Yeah, that's true.
Yet they have wife at home. You heard of today, maybe 12 years old girl being raped, 15 years old girl being raped. Those involved, they have wife at home. You see a man having a wife, yet is not satisfied. Does that mean that the wife is denying him at home? No.
Not at all.
No. So a man can have sex with anything in skirt. Put it in quote. That is if the man is not godly.
Yeah.
So to me, sex does not feel void. Only what fills the void is the grace of God, not sex. Sex is the last part in relationship to me.
My name is Mike. I don't like attending church abroad. And I prefer attending churches back home. Okay, this person is in abroad. Okay. Because abroad, if you don't give money or you don't belong to a cliche of like minds, it looks as if you don't belong to the church. So now it's personal experience.
Okay.
So I met a girl in church. She's in the choir and ushering department, while I am in the choir department. We made a mistake and we fornicated. We decided to tell our pastor as a form of repentance. And the next thing we knew was that our pastor used our story to preach in church. And the whole church knew about it.
Wow.
We felt humiliated and violated. And this broke our heart because how can I confide in my pastor? And he took my story to preach a message in church. My girl left the church and I also had to leave the church because we felt betrayed and judged by the church. The pastor is not supposed to be judgmental, but he was and judged me. So I have stopped going to the church and I give to orphanage since the church cannot love unconditionally. The church is supposed to be a family, but the church is now pulling us down.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's the story from somebody. Okay, so let me just read this story. Hello, my name is Amanda, and I want to share my story on Church Hurts. I was very happy. I felt loved, honored, respected, cherished, and secured. It was like a dream because it was rare to me from where I was coming from. Long story cut short, it was fake for me. How do you serve under a man of God who hides information from you to protect a financial source? I met a guy, we dated, got engaged, and boom, wahala day. My fiancé was pushing drugs and pastor knew. My fiancé was pressing computer, that means it was a Yahoo boy, and pastor knew. My fiancé also worked in the church force, and the pastor always defended his wrongdoings. What do I know? All I heard was, it is well. Fast track, the law caught up in my fiancé, and the pastor or the church did nothing about it. In fact, pastor was nowhere to be found. I felt humiliated, disgraced, betrayed, and all I was hearing was, see her, they did it together. Now she chopped the money, Ashawu, her. It pained me. Even at that, I still ran to the church for emotional and spiritual comfort. My brothers and sisters, I was wasting my time. No one cares to listen or help me. At this point, I had nothing to offer, so I was now invalid to them. God is the leader. God, is this the leader I've been under? I asked myself this question a million times. Like, okay, it's emotional support I need, not money, but I never got it. All I can say is it's been 5 years now, and I'm still praying for forgiveness for the man of God, but it has altered how I deal or interact with myself or other men of God. What do you have to say about this, Simon?
Let me start with my story.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's pathetic.
Yeah.
Sincerely, because pastors are supposed to be like lawyer or your doctor.
Yeah.
I've had some encounters with. I have lawyer friends and I have doctor friends, and they tell you that except you get to the law court, if you are, even when you see someone that committed a crime that has killed, if he's saying no to everybody, we say it to his lawyer. Even though the lawyer will go out there and say did not kill, but the lawyer will know the truth because it is your right to know the truth. The same thing goes for a doctor. Doctor knows all the form of sickness everybody is going around it, but according to their job principle, you are not supposed to tell it to a third party. That is the same thing that is supposed to go with a pastor. Even to an extent that a pastor needs to study even his own partner. If he's a mouth-licking person, then you refrain secrets from them.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I think these are trust. These are because it's a level of trust that you've placed these people.
Yeah.
And they are supposed to live up to the trust.
Okay.
That's it.
Simon, let me read this other story that we just received. Let me read this story. Hello, my name is Blessing. I'm a Nigerian and I've been in Turkey for 7 years. I joined a certain church and I moved from the Asian side to the European side. So I joined a small church because I felt it would be like a family because the church is small. So I needed a job and I was told to meet my pastor, as the pastor can help me find a job, and as well as the pastor is very connected to help. So the pastor helped me in getting a nanny job, and the pastor told me the salary is $350 per month. But I told the pastor that I heard the salary to take care of 2 kids is around $530 per month. So the pastor told me, am I going to argue with him as regards salary, or do I need a job? So I said I would take the job, and I had to go to the Asian side to do this nanny job of taking care of 2 kids. But because I did not have a bank account, my pastor was receiving my salary on my behalf. My pastor was sending me the salary, like the cash. So the pastor would give her the cash physically. The demands on the job were too much and the job was too hectic. So I decided to tell my boss to increase my salary from $350 to $530. Guess what? My boss started shouting at me, telling me that I am ungrateful and that I have been paid $560 per month. And she was surprised and she got angry and she told her boss that I'm being paid $350 per month. But the boss was also angry. And the boss showed her the bank transactions that the boss has been sending $560 to a pastor every month, but the pastor has been giving this lady $350 every month. So literally, our pastor has been taking $211 from her without her knowing.
That's approximately 40% of the
money.
Even more than God.
Okay.
Amazing.
Now, the boss felt really bad about it. The boss called the pastor, and the pastor said $211 that he has been collecting from her salary is commission for the job every month. Then the boss told him, but I already paid you $235 for the commission in the first time this girl started working. The pastor couldn't see anything again. Now, the boss had to open an account for her, and her salary is being paid to her now. But right now, she no longer goes to church because of this. She just watches online, and she tells people not to. So she's saying, please don't judge me. This is my story. I don't trust any pastor again, no matter who you are.
Let me start with that. You know, it's amazing what money can cost. Let's be sincere.
This is very funny.
Because I don't know any job or organization that collects commission every month. Of course, I know normal. There are some people that secure HR companies that secure jobs for people. They have a commission they collect, but that's a one-time payment. And even the person they are getting the job for will be aware of the money. Okay, this person took $200 from me because he's helping me get a job. And it's always a one-time payment unless otherwise agreed. Okay, you will be giving me, that's an agreement. I don't have issue with that. But I have 2 issues with that. Number one, even as human, that is terrible.
Yeah, that's very bad. Because
if you are taking 40% of a salary of someone that is working tirelessly, and you are taking 40% for doing nothing, then you are very wicked. Now, the second aspect is for you now to be the man of God, even over this lady. That's like a father.
And she did not know.
And she, of course, even if she knew, Even if it was legal, I don't presume a man of God should be in that position. That is like duping people.
Yeah.
That is like you are taking the reward of their labor.
Yeah.
It's unbiblical.
Because actually, it would have been better if she was probably aware of that fact, or that okay, for maybe in the next 2 months you're going to take commission from your salary. But like the girl did not know, and she went on harassing her boss, and they like had clash. But like, when I received the story, I was like, I hope you guys are still like, I hope the relationship between herself and her boss is okay. And she said it's fine, but like that situation had just made her not come to church anymore. So she just watches any church online, and it's really terrible.
It's terrible.
It's very
like
terrible.
she's.
So the ladies are here with energy today, and in case you don't know what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be discussing a lot of things that pertains to single ladies, dilemmas of different kind of forms, and we know that not just us, you are also going to join us in the discussion today. Thank you for always joining us. We appreciate every time. It's always good to see that we are doing a program and people are following up with us. So going into the dilemma, we have a question. Who is ready? I thought I was going to hear like drum roll. The ladies came with actually the drum rolls. Says, hello sisters. Hi. Nothing. I have a dilemma. I and my friend decided to start a business together. I was noticing signs of inconsistency and unreliability from my friend and partner in the beginning, but just decided to give her the benefit of the doubt because this is our first time as entrepreneurs, and it's been 8 months and it hasn't got better even after numerous meetings. I don't think she's taking this business as serious as I am, and I don't want it to affect our friendship on the long run. What do I do to keep the business and friendship alive? Now this is his sisters.
The dilemma.
Let's start with the business.
With the business tycoon herself.
Okay. This is a similar situation because I'm in a business with a very close friend of mine. So, but I will say, okay, she's active. I'm active. We are both active. But when somebody is actually falling short, that doesn't mean they are not so producing or productive. We are here. We are two different people with different ideas, different background coming together, and we complement each other. So, in a situation where somebody is lacking over the beginning, although someone might be stronger, we can't actually have equal productivity at first. Somebody is always dead. There's always a stronger person. And not, I won't say I'm a weaker person, but there's always a stronger person too. So to complement each other at first, of course, they are still there. You're going to take the body at the initial stage, but you're going to still wait until she still catches up. But in a situation where she doesn't catch up, but you can't just dismiss her. Did you finish that? Did you really go down?
Yeah, it says, I don't think she's taking the business as serious as I am, and I don't want it to affect our friendship.
It's been
it's been 8 months.
It's been 8 months. I'm in a year. Actually, my business is a year old. Myself and my partner, we've been together for a year, for more than a year actually. But of course, there are always challenges. You understand? But that doesn't mean that you just have to now side. Some people will be like, okay, just side. Once you lay her off, what do you want her to do?
But what about, okay, I hear you clearly. I don't think I'm someone that can ever be in a partnership.
Okay.
But I have so much energy, and if you're not giving that same energy, it's hard for me. So for me, I'll say kudos to you. You've been in person 8 months. That's a lot of time. So probably it's not just working. What Femi is saying is good. She's your friend. You can't just sideline her. But what if it's not working? Do you get my point? What if it's not working? So for me, I'll say number one, pray, because girls can be funny. So first, pray for the Holy Spirit to help you, so you know what to say to her. Then call her, sit her down, tell her, okay, this is how I feel about this. Do you feel the same? Because she might not even know that she's slacking. Yeah. So if she feels that, okay, I'm slacking and I'm not doing my best. Okay, do you want to improve? How do you improve? Okay, do you want to take classes online? Like, give me practical, not, okay, I will change. No, give me practical. Like, for example, you guys bake, right? So how many clients are you going to bring this month? Give her a target. You get that kind of thing.
Sometimes you can also help her by giving her some things, maybe like videos. Maybe if she's the type that doesn't get it, but maybe at the you are the brain, she's the hands. And you also, okay, you are tired of being the brain. You can also share ideas and let her also look into other things. You can also see. The thing is that we push each other. I push my friend, she pushes me, we push each other. We try to get it together. She understand. But if we are having differences, if we are having clashes, we communicate. So how often does she communicate?
I'm sorry to cut you. I was thinking that when two people are in partnership, I think one person might actually be having strength in something more.
Yes.
Let's take, for example, some people might be of the business. Yes. Because recently, when my school was going to change partnership, the man who was the academic director, I think for the years he has directed the school, if he felt and realized that he is not into the academics, he can bring students, he can do the business, he can bargain, but he is not. So now working with partners now, he removed himself from the academics and he's now into the financial aspect and he's believing himself to really, really work better. I don't know how it goes with Femi and a partner though, but I believe maybe she can study the strength of that friend. What can she be useful for? If not, but in your own case, I think everybody has to everybody has to be.
I hear you guys, but I'm also trying to say that it's okay to get to a point like it's not working.
Okay,
I feel like sometimes true. A lot of we as they we are so emotional, including myself. Like if it's not, it might be that okay, you've given her chances. Do Femi say look for her strong points, and you can do that. But I just want you to know that it's okay to say, okay, I don't think we are working together.
Work, yeah.
Do you understand my point? It's still okay. So you can try. If she improves, then of course continue the business. But if it doesn't work, it's okay. And as ladies, it's okay to hear that. So that's a rejection.
Exactly. I think it's okay. I feel like lately too I had to work with something like that where it is necessary when you want to say something like this is how it is. It is how it is. Mm-hmm. But sometimes we can be very sentimental as ladies.
We say it and I'm like lol. Like remove the law, say it and
but then you say it and then it's somehow it looks like you are not being good friend enough, I guess. Somehow. But I guess maybe we ladies just need to start getting to the point of accepting.
Yes.
Hi ladies. Hi. So my situation is based on interreligious differences. I am on the verge of ending my 2 years relationship with my said partner. We are both Christians, but we belong to two different denominations. I'm a member of the Pentecostal church while he attends Seventh-day Adventist church. I think that is going to be a problem. Kind of. We have different doctrines. For instance, he goes to church on a Saturday and I go to church on Sunday. Even food is a problem, of course. He doesn't eat meat. He is a vegetarian due to his doctrine. There are so many other issues that comes to play. I'm really fed up and I don't know what to do. If I should continue with the relationship or not. Vegetarian. I heard that part. I read it well.
I don't want to give advice, but wait. I just want to say I can relate personally to that. I don't know. I'm not giving advice.
Shall we come closer?
So maybe I'll assume the position of somebody in that same dilemma.
Okay.
And you ladies will come to my rescue.
Are you trying to run away from giving us the
No. I just want to explain this. I have someone actually the same situation.
Wow.
So by the end of the day, the relationship didn't work out.
That ended.
It poses for not working out anyway because from what she mentioned, Saturday, although the Saturday Sunday shouldn't be a problem.
I think one thing that actually, in the beginning, did she not know that this guy is Seventh Day?
Love is blind.
There's nothing like another stereotype.
Blind.
This love is blind is really, really messing a lot of things and people up. You understand?
Exactly.
So she knew that he was Seventh Day. Did she think she was going to change him?
Okay.
Or did she think maybe because of love or the blindness, he was going to change to Pentecostal? First of all, when you get married, my culture, I don't know about yours, but when you get married, automatically, unless there's some sort of understanding, you go to your husband's church. So from the beginning, she was supposed to decide. So she knew. Oh,
okay. So what do you talk about those people that marry from different religions?
I want to say something. I feel you should have one belief, because if you have one belief, then the understanding will come. And then there's something Pastor said one time. He said, if you're finding it inconveniencing, like you still find it uncomfortable, just know that it's not meant to be.
Exactly.
So
because there's no peace.
Yes.
But let me just say something. Well, I like really, I even clap for your angle. Like, didn't you know? But come on, we've all been in a relationship that we knew that this is wrong for us. This thing is not going to work. You know, they told you this person does this, and you still enter because the same stereotypes. Emotions, you understand? So I'm not going to judge, say, okay, I won't say, let's just say, oh, you knew. Okay, let's say you knew, you made a mistake, you are here now. It's up to you to decide, because most of the, I don't even know what you want to decide on.
I feel like maybe she thought she could actually, that it will be better along.
Well,
sometimes
you don't get to I think that's the advice. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can't change any adult. For example, I love makeup. Like, you can't change me. Don't
bother.
Right. So if he can't change you, why do you think you can change him? So for me, if you know you cannot cope with that, please walk away. To be honest, please walk away. But if you love him, love is not enough. But if you see a future with him, probably you could try and make adjustments. But I think my own problem is not even I think he can go
the
on
church
Sunday.
Is not even the problem.
It's the food. It's the food. So
I'm
going to be cooking 2 different pots of food.
He doesn't even eat meat.
That's what I'm saying. So, but the stock of the meat, we still put in the food.
And I know, like, when we're talking about fraud, please, can we like give examples and actually like prostitution as well? Because, like, fraud now, everybody's thinking internet fraud. Those people that used to lie to their daddy and mommy that my school fees is 13,000 naira. Meanwhile, your school fees is 4,500 is a fraud stuff that you have done. And go and return the money back. I'm just joking, but like, that's also part of fraud. People that you want to marry a particular guy. You have already collected money from the guy. You now say you're not marrying again. You just duped somebody deliberately. You've already collected 1.2 million. You now say you're not doing. That's also fraud.
Let's even shift
people
some
that
more
sell
tables.
goods. People that sell goods and they twice the price.
The price
Profit is way too much.
Or Instagram people that are selling hair, and I don't think you will not deliver the right products to them. That's also fraud.
What I ordered versus what
I got.
Also, I wanted to touch on padded CVs.
Like this table, LinkedIn.
In the professional world right now,
yeah.
Because we live in a world where transferable skills are what is obtainable. So if you have some transferable skills, you can actually work in any field. But for you to become like admired or sought out, then people pack some stuff into their CV and profile and everything. It's fraud.
So are you trying to say, if you know that normal cliche word that they say, fake it till you make it. Are you trying to say it's wrong? Are you saying it's fraud?
I'm going to talk my back and tell you it's fraud.
Okay, I would say something about that one. I don't believe in fake it till you make it. I believe in discipline and excellence. I believe in consistency. And over time, God will bless you. People that faked it till they made it, it's not everybody. Some people faked it and they died. Some people faked it and they ended up in debt. Because you're trying to fix something you cannot defend. Some people fake certain things and they get to the office. You've already added some skills to yourself.
Right.
You not get there, you cannot deliver. For example, you padded your CV that you can speak 5 languages: Spanish, French, English, German. You not get it. They say you can translate in the UN.
No, I mean, like.
So one negative side effect of fraud and prostitution I'd like to talk about is the fact that it affects other people of your nationality. Like, for example, if you're from a certain country and it spreads. I don't want to mention names, but you know what I'm talking about. We have people that the FBI, these guys are tailing. Every time they are always in court for one issue to another, and all of a sudden it's like your passport has lost its value. Like you are at the airport and they're telling you, remove your belt, remove your shoe, do this, do that. What do you carry in your bag? What do you have in this and all of that? And at the end of the day, you get to certain places, you cannot even defend yourself very well, because the next thing they're asking you is everybody in your country like this? Because what they've seen of us from what they hear that we do is the negative things, and this has really affected us. I've been a victim of, in fact, okay, so let me quickly share the story. I was somewhere in a country on holiday and I got arrested. Why was I arrested? My friend was driving, then she got tired. She's watching this. So she got tired. And I said, okay, you know what, let me drive you, to the petrol station and let's just rest. Yeah. So I got arrested by the police because my driver's license was not with me. I think I forgot my wallet in the restaurant where we ate. Right. But at the end of the day, we got to meet the sheriff of that locality where we were. And the sheriff was like, okay, I will help you and everything. So immediately I showed my passport out. The sheriff was like, no, you in this country, you have money. That even if I'm not charging you, I'm going to collect that money that you people have. And in my head, I was like, I'm just a tourist here on holiday, like, sir, what's good? Excuse me, sir, what's good? And I was like, no, you people have money. And now the man told me that they arrested somebody of my nationality 3 days before that day, that the person was holding $50,000 on the streets in the night without a residency in that country. Wow. And I was like, okay.
My elder brother lives in the UK. He called me like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's got a friend, a British lady, that is in a relationship with a Nigerian guy. Okay. And my brother told me that this girl wants to do some background checks, some digging into this guy, because she'd had experiences with 3 guys prior to this guy. They've told her, oh, blah, 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 this, I love you and all that. But then later she finds out that they're married back home with kids and all that. They're probably into fraud and things like that. So it is becoming a huge problem everywhere you go. The moment you say where you're from, it's a problem. Let me bring it home here in this present location where we are. Where I used to work before, there was a guy. He was working there, and I don't want to go into too much details, but something happened and shit hit the fan. This guy just disappeared from work. Like boom. Till date, nobody knows where he went and all that. And guess what? We carry the same passports.
Wow.
And from that point in time, anyone carrying this passport that we carry that comes for interview, they always give them hard times, even if you're the best at what you do.
This is very painful. I am not into prostitution. I'm just an escort.
Okay.
No sex, but just hugs, kiss, and little body contact. Is it wrong? And another person is saying, I'm not a prostitute. I just have a sugar daddy. Sugar daddy who pays my bills, She just has a sugar daddy. Daddy just pays the bill and we just get things done. I don't need to stress myself. I'll just watch NSPDD and pray for daddy. And God will just come in the name of Jesus. Okay, so
I remember some days ago I posted something. I said you can't be a side chick and also a prayer warrior. It's impossible. It's impossible.
So like when I saw this, I don't know what do you guys have to say about it?
I would say for this side, the escort.
Okay.
You collect money.
Yeah, what you're doing.
So from our definition from the onset, we talked about prostitution.
Yeah.
You indulge in all these things. You say you don't have sexual activities or what?
No. She doesn't have sexual intercourse.
Just hugs and kiss.
All of them are sexual activities.
Legal body contact.
All of them are sexual. I'm sorry. All of them are sexual activities. Some of us don't want it to be termed. They don't want to be termed that because they know it's so big. Yeah. But let's say the truth. Let's just face the fact. Yeah. It is called prostitution. And for the person that said, "Oh, I have a sugar daddy," you meet his needs, and he also supports your needs. So it's so called prostitution.
For my God will provide your needs according to His riches in glory
Not
in
sugar
Christ
daddy
Jesus.
providing needs. God is supposed to provide your needs.
Okay, so Mr. Steve, I want to ask you this one.
Right.
I am a manager who organizes a club.
Okay.
Which also includes arranging sexy girls for shows.
Okay.
Yes. So what do you have to say about it? Well,
for shows.
It's as if we're coming for those who that did boat cruise in summer. But we cover it with the blood of Jesus.
Okay,
let's just go on.
The entertainment industry is a dicey one. There's so many things going on in the entertainment industry right now. So for shows, actually needs to be clarified. What kind of shows? Are these shows with happy endings, so to speak? If that's it, then you are enabling, funneling, channeling prostitution. Now, if it is kind of shows where people come, they dance and do also, maybe you're not engaging in prostitution, but still you are I don't want to be too scriptural, but the Bible says, flee all appearance of evil.
Flee now.
Appearance of prostitution is somewhere around there. So,
it's appearance.
Yeah, appearance of prostitution is somewhere.
And if you're not careful, also, if you're not careful and anything happens to any of those girls, you could be charged for being a pimp. And and before you know, it could be like a sex trade thing. And you can get in big trouble. So I feel we should be careful with that.
Why some people don't get married? Some just they are waiting to meet this perfect partner.
Okay.
They want that person that maybe he doesn't do a particular thing that they detest. Someone who doesn't maybe sneeze. Someone who doesn't fart. Someone who doesn't like eating in public.
Okay.
They are just looking for something that designs or like depicts a very perfect person.
Okay.
Whereas in themselves they are not perfect.
They are not perfect.
It's one of the reasons why some people just feel.
Still, we used to say that okay, you don't know your true partner's color when you are courting, when you are dating. Then when you're married now, that's when the true color comes out. Is it true that actually people change after they have been married?
I think it's a 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people actually do change and some don't. Now, for example, you're dating a guy.
Okay.
And the guy, you go visit this guy, maybe just stay there for the weekend, or you happen to maybe just go visit for 1-2 hours, and then you go back to your place. But then when you guys, that's part, another 50 part I'm talking about. Now, when you guys get married, and maybe this guy is extremely organized, and you are extremely disorganized, he comes and he keeps these things here. Before he comes, it's like this. He gets angry. You fix it, and you still put it disorganized. He gets angry, and now you feel like, oh, I didn't know that this is how you are an angry person. You're always getting angry. I never knew that this is the real part of you, a very angry man. That's an example. Now you're showing me your real self, angry person. That's one. That's the part where you say someone is changed and he has changed, because you never saw that part of him because you were not living together. Now you're living together. That's just one example.
Okay.
Now, for the other person who changes, there are people that are fake people, like everywhere, fake people.
Yeah.
Someone can show you like, oh, I'm a very nice person, I'm this and that, and when you get there, they are not really who they were. You're already married, and according to them, the thing, you cannot divorce them. So you're just stuck there. So that's the 50-50.
The change I'm talking about is like, I think it's in relation with what you just explained. Like it was always doing this, always doing that. I don't know, maybe it's just trying to win the person.
Okay.
Then maybe after the marriage, you are seeing something else.
I think I get it now. Well, for the reasons we get married.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things that would determine if someone will actually change after the person is married.
Expectations, that's true.
Okay.
So if I got married because I need someone to always make meals for me,
wow.
I might be cooking when I'm single. The moment I get married, I'm always in the sitting room and never in the kitchen. That's changed because I want someone to cook for me. I've gotten one. I don't cook anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's actually
so change is
change is normal.
Please, okay, it means we just really need to know our spouses or spouse to be before getting married, so that they will not just flip.
You can never know anyone enough at all.
Okay.
Yes, you cannot.
Keep discovering yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
You cannot even know yourself all.
Wow, that's serious. So I'm still in self-discovery.
Of course.
Now I believe young people don't love sincerely anymore.
That's serious.
Yes. Why I said that is this. You feel you love someone.
Okay.
And you're still seeking validation from other people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's serious.
You post a picture on social media.
Wow.
And you're getting 100 likes, 200 likes.
No, what
and,
if
you're just concerned about how many people, are giving validation to your looks. And you're not even thinking about your partner.
Okay.
You don't feel what your partner has said about how you look is enough to make you okay, to make you happy, to make you feel like, yes, this is you, you know. So if you truly love someone, when that person says you look beautiful, that should be sufficient for you.
Okay.
You shouldn't be looking for 2,000 likes,
That's true.
you know, on social media before you are okay and feel, yes, you are loved.
Okay. You know, this is our social media generation. Any little thing now, we are bringing our family issues to the social media. Throughout last 2 weeks, so many issues were just bombarding the social media on marriages, and it was like, what is really going on now? Social media is another problem that we are facing in this generation. Although it has its pros and its cons, but still we just need to balance our life and what we do on social media. Do you think young people are not getting married anymore? Because right now I don't think so. So, but what's your opinion on that? Do you think people are not getting married anymore? Because
people are getting married, of course.
Wow.
Yeah, they're getting married. Just some are getting married. Some are, it's not yet the time for them to get married.
Okay.
And some, it's the time, but they have set standards that the spouse must attain. You hear a guy will tell me, like, my friend, you must be a Cameroonian. You must come from my area.
Okay.
And you must speak the dialect. Like, you must, like,
Wow.
you must speak you must have a particular standards of education. So he had set all those standards, and glory to God, he achieved them. His wife,
he's lucky.
His wife have them.
Okay.
But there are others that have set those standards and they cannot meet. You hear somebody will say, I want a wife, I want a girl who is very fair, I want someone with a particular shape, I want someone who can do this kind of things. So with those standards, a guy cannot achieve. A guy won't, it's his time to get married, because there are two. There are others that the time is not yet there. You know, God is keeping them for a purpose. And there are others that the time is there, but they have standards they have set. That's for the men.
Okay.
And for the women, there are also standards. You know, you hear a guy will say, oh, I want to get married to a guy with a certain amount of money in their account. I want to get married to a guy with this kind of a luxurious Jeep. Like this kind of guy. Forgetting to know that you can grow with someone. You mustn't get married to someone who is very rich. You can get married to someone, you guys start maybe just from a room.
Okay.
And before you know, you guys are property owners.
In this generation, from your room?
Oh God, we started like that 5 years ago.
Wow,
yeah.
that's awesome.
My husband and I started from one, like just normal one. This is studio.
Yeah.
And to the glory of God, I don't want to say what we have achieved for these 5 years, but I return the glory to God. So if I had maybe set a particular standard, like he must have these and he must have that, and we could not have come this far, and maybe I would still have been single. Yeah. So if first of all you believe in yourself,
okay,
you're a visionary woman, you're hardworking, you're unlimited, and you focus on God. Don't just some people like, I want to get married, I want to get everything in their mind is just married. Yeah. And then still in that they put some standards. They don't have they find people coming but not meeting the standard, so they happen to still stay single. But there are others where God said, my daughter, wait, I'm still working on you. The time is not yet there. The man who is coming will need you to have passed through these processes.
Okay.
So, ladies don't want to suffer with a guy. That's the truth. So guys already know that this lady is not going to grow with me. She's not ready to build this life, this marriage with me. So let me attain this level of success in life before I say, okay, I want to bring in another woman into my life for us to live together and raise a family. So the spec of women these days is not just about the looks, it's about the pockets. It's about the account. So, and if that expectation is not met, usually you might see a guy that is matured and you feel, yes, this guy should be able to, have a family right now. They will tell you, okay, I'm money and fine. And that is the truth. They are looking for money because ladies now want you to be rich. Be rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
They want you to be rich. They want you to have something that they are sure that this will sustain the family. And it is not a bad idea.
Okay.
Because things are getting more difficult these days. So if you set a standard for yourself, like, yes, I want to achieve this level of financial freedom before I get married, I think it's still a very...
What do you think they should do first? You want to start a business as a woman? Because from research, it shows that more funds are given to men compared to women. But at the end of the day, women stay longer in businesses than men. And it's proven in research. So what do you have to say to women who want to start up businesses and they don't have maybe someone to give them the initial capital or experience, like Sari has said? What do you think?
Okay, the first thing I would say, especially in a business where you don't have capital, is to make connections. Okay. Your connections usually open doors or pave ways for you in business. And then the next thing you have to do is to get referrals, especially when your job has to do with public interaction, when you're interacting with people. You know, amongst us women, we say women empowerment and trying to empower ourselves. So if you feel like there is no one to help you, then get close to another woman who is doing something similar to who has made it. And then maybe study under her for a while, get resources from her, get connection from her, and then before you venture out on your own. But the most important thing in starting any business without capital is connection.
Before I started initially, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos because I'm self-taught. I didn't go to any catering school or anything. So for me, it was like I was interested in it and I was like, okay, I don't really have people close to me that bake or anything. But the only thing I could fall back to was YouTube.
So you didn't have physical mentors?
No.
Okay.
So, just be open and there's so many things online that can help. So many sources. Free videos, you will pay thousands of naira or tell to learn, but you can watch online and practice.
So what do you have to say? So she has a friendship circle, but she feels like she's the least successful in that circle. So she's actually happy for her friends, but it's getting to her like, why are things not happening for me at this point in time? So what do you guys have to, you girls have to say about this?
I would say, first of all, she should know, self-confidence. I think this person doesn't have self-confidence. And then how do you how do you define successful? When you say your friends are successful, is it by the wigs or the phones and all of that? Is that how you describe successful? And then what is your happiness? How do you term your happiness? Being with them and you see their successes and you say, oh, you're not happy because of that. So you have to define these things. And then, okay, yes, if you define it, first of all, you have to work on your confidence. Work on your confidence. I think the rest will just be come in play.
I want to say that stop comparing yourself with others. You or every single person is different from the other. For me, something works, for others won't. So stop comparing yourself and just do something that is good for you. Maybe that's not good for others, and something is good for others is not good for me.
Sure. Now, something else I would say is to believe in yourself, because I'm pretty sure the person you are envious of or you feel is doing better than you is probably looking at you and thinking the same thing.
You're killing this thing.
That's true. Yeah, you understand. So just try to believe in what you're doing. If you know that what you're doing is right and you're doing it to the best of your abilities, then I believe you will succeed eventually.
Sure. Also, another thing is you need to know what you can do. Because a lot of people actually don't know what they're capable of doing. You might think, oh, my friend is selling wigs. I want to sell wigs too. That might not be where your forte is. You might be best at maybe advertising something. You can become an influencer. You can become anything you want to become, but find your strengths first. And then trust me, what your friends are doing, you just be like, this is where my strength is and I'm good here, I'm fine.
And be patient.
I have been such a loner to the point where it's hard for me to make friends. So it is not such a bad thing going out and socializing. Me sitting down at home and meeting is great for me, but at the same time, in a business setting, I am not communicating with other people. My business is not expanding because I am in my room. So it is not such a bad thing going out. It's not such a bad thing visiting your friend. When you visit a friend, you can meet another friend who'll be interested in what you do. So yes, I'm happy when I am in my room knitting. It makes me happy, but it shouldn't be all the time. And you who likes to go out and you like to visit friends, it's not a bad thing as well. You just need to know that not every time is the right time to visit a friend. Sometimes you need to sit down and think and, put things in place.
Example, she says, you all have said, I like to knit, I like to knit, I like to knit. So how do you make friends? We live in Turkey. For those who do not know, we are filming from Istanbul, Turkey in our studios, and we live in Turkey. So how do you make friends in Turkey?
For me, I like to study people a lot. Before I get close to you, I'll just watch you from afar, because I like to keep my circle small as much as I can. I have people that I know, but I have few friends. Now, when you say friends, you can have a lot of friends and they are of no use for you.
Yes.
Now, I make friends with people that I can share ideas with. I can vibe with you. I can learn from you. I can teach you. Now, you don't just have to I have a million friends. How many friends do you have? That person, oh yeah, that's my friend. You study people. That's what helps me. And because I've had bad experiences with having friends. So I went back into my shell. I'm like, okay, if I want to be friends with you, I will study you. I'll look at if your lifestyle can match mine. So just study.
I think
first.
another thing is you need to put yourself out there. Because we both said we need a lot
But
in
you
the
don't.
house. We don't.
You don't.
They're always in the house.
When I reached out to her to come on the show, I was like, this girl's gonna say no, but okay, let's just do it. And I was so sorry she said yes. So that's you putting yourself out there.
Putting myself out there because usually I don't. I have been amongst you all for getting to 3 years, and I can say some people they saw me the first time.
I met you last week.
Exactly. I've been coming here for close to 2 years.
Wow.
So that was me putting myself out there, me making an effort to make a new friend. So aside from studying, you need to put yourself out there. You need people to see you to be able to communicate with you.
She's talking to herself.
Talking to myself.
Yes. Okay, sorry, what do you think?
I think that.
Okay, so talking about friendships. When ladies are gathered, we have to talk about men.
Let me stick to that.
We need to talk about men. But on this side, I don't think we don't believe men has come, do we?
No. I think some apples spoil the whole bunch, but not all the bunches spoil.
Okay, so let's talk about relationships. So let's say you've put yourself out there, with the girls. Now you have your girls, you have your squad. How do you put yourself out there for the right men? Because I feel like for men, you don't need to put yourself out there, you're already there. But for the right men, how do we put ourselves out there? Wow, you don't have right men.
So,
you don't have right men.
Yeah, I have.
She's married. She's married.
So okay.
Well, her life is like a fairy tale. The husband looks like Ken, she looks like Barbie. So I think she can help. But the rest of you keep quiet. Take notes.
I have to say that for just finding the right person, I don't know whether is it right to say finding the right person or not, because each single person has different ideas, different personality. You cannot say that we are the same. No, not at all. But I think the best thing that works is just sharing your feelings, sharing your thoughts, talk together. We are human beings. We can talk together. We can say that what we expect from each other, what makes me happy, what makes you happy. And by this, right now, actually, through long time, I'm trying to search in psychology different issues which are for a person, for the relationship. And the main important thing there is that we as human beings should stop judging each other before talking, before speaking, before showing ourselves, showing our emotions, you know, and for me, it is working.
Okay.
Actually, I should say for us.
So how did you find your partner?
I should say that how did we meet? in a small trip, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the bus. I was alone.
Okay.
I used to go to the trip by myself alone.
Take notes. You are going for a trip. I'm going.
Really?
I am organizing a trip.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
we have to go. But in different buses because we have to be alone. So that when he comes, I'm like, I don't know.
No, that was a time that I was really thinking I really need to have relationship at that time.
Yeah.
And I was okay with myself to go everywhere by myself. I asked someone, for example, my brother, my sister, they were not okay, or even my friend, if they were not okay, I won't limit myself. I will go.
Yeah.
And he was there. Actually, I can say it was love at the first sight.
No, you have to go on a trip.
Oh my God.
If you have to go for a trip, please make sure you
Buy your ticket.
No, I was alone, but he was with other 20 people.
Wow.
Some of them were on the bus before, and they were just ride on the bus. We just go for 20 minutes, and then they come up. I'm just impressed with tall people.
Okay, I'm just okay.
When he just came
It's
up,
okay to have preference.
of course, okay. I was with my phone. He came up. He said hello, and you know his voice is just like. I was like this. And he saw me at the first sight, and everything starts. We start dancing, and you know he was start to talk to
Can
me.
I say something from what she just said now? I think it starts from inside.
Yeah, I
Like,
really need that.
when you think of it, when you want
Exactly.
it inside, then there's this law of attraction that
Exactly.
You know,
attracts to you.
you're saying this now, but Africans feel like when you're thinking of it too much, it's really you're just focused on man. So it's okay to think of this.
Yes,
And I like how
okay.
she pointed that she wanted a tall person.
Specifically,
It's okay.
yes.
Because short people.
You know, I really knew what I wanted. I knew that. I knew that I wanted a relationship. I
Yes.
knew that I wanted a tall person.
So you said no to short people.
Exactly. Yeah, something happened when they came to me.
Basically, don't settle for anything.
Because I didn't want to waste my time or their time, you know?
Even they're brief, so they don't have a lot of time. Brief timing.
Yeah.
She's speaking for herself. Maybe she doesn't like short people.
Short people, please. And I hate when people now say because you don't like short people, you short somebody you marry. God forbid. I will not marry. Okay, so how do you find the right person?
For me, I don't think I've had the best. Like I've not had the best time
Experiences with
picking the best of men. I have too much love to give, and I feel like I get blinded by that so many times, and I don't think with this again. I just go with
Just
it.
give.
And then I just end up, and I'm like, wait, but I gave my all. Why didn't it work? And then, you know, but I feel like with everything that has happened to me personally, I've grown to, like I said, study people a lot. Like, I'll give you a long thread. Even if I like you, I'll act like I don't like you. Because
How do you do that? I am just like Teletubbies. I can't hide.
Yes.
yeah, I was like you in the
I think
beginning.
your experiences are different from hers.
Yeah.
She has built a wall up from experiences.
I'm trying to build that one.
Why? She has had experiences.
I've had
but
good
she's
and I've
fine,
had bad.
But I think the good are better.
Yeah, I've had really good experience. So when I see the bad one, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but you know, people who have had bad experiences tend to build up walls to protect themselves, like she said. So
Actually, I have to say that I had bad experiences too. and I know that sometimes it's not working, but the moment that you know what you want, the moment that you know that, okay, I am this person, I want this, that, and I expect these things from you, it's done. True. It will happen. And don't, I have to say that, don't lower yourself. Please. Women, please.
Also, another thing is love yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly,
is very important.
I never loved myself. I would always find faults in everything about me. I can say, oh, maybe because my teeth is this way, that is why someone doesn't like me. Maybe that's why I can't find a good man. But my mom will tell me, oh, have you seen yourself?
Like, have you really seen yourself?
Like, she'll tell you are beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Yeah. Like, if everybody's going to lie to you, I will not lie to you. Mm-hmm. So every day I'll be like, girl, you're queen, I beg. You deserve nothing but the best.
And that's
so
period.
I'm putting myself down, I'm praying also, in as much as we are the Gen Zs, the millennials, let's not leave out spirituality.
Pray for that.
Pray. In fact, if you want,
of course, yes.
10-feet man, pray for him. He's gonna come. He's out there somewhere waiting for you to. So just pray as well and study people a lot and trust me. Yeah. I'm sure you're gonna get the right man.
Okay.
What I'm going to say is, I think one of the problems we have in Nigeria, we that were born in the church, is we pray and we pray and we pray and then we leave out the rest of it. So there should be a balance. If you're praying and you meet someone, give the person a chance. Actually give him a chance. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Okay, let me let you finish.
Because this is coming from the environment where I grew up. There are people they finish from school and then they stay at home. And then they say, well, my dad is giving me an allowance and I don't have to do anything. When I get home from work, I sit down at home. I'm not socializing. I'm not doing anything. I'm not talking to anybody. From church to work to home, church to work to home. You are not going to meet any man. You might meet a man in the church. Sometimes, even in the church, it doesn't end well.
Exactly. My sister.
Somebody's son will not find you. The way you are triangling your life. I feel like it puts pressure on the church guys. Because all of you now pack yourself into the church. How many of them? How many?
And also, sometimes you need to build your life with someone. He might not be accomplished yet, doesn't mean he will not be. Because like we keep saying, we're the millennials, we want the 25 and Range Rover. We also want men that are 25 with Range Rovers. It is unrealistic. Yeah. So if you're waiting for a guy that will bring Range Rover to come and toast you, you might be waiting for a long time. Especially some of us that we did not grow up in rich homes. Yeah. We don't know what it's like to have Range Rover. Don't use greed to find the man.
Yeah. So
marriage doesn't solve all problems.
Let me say something what you said. You talked about growing with a man. I feel like I'm not one of those people that subscribe to that growing. Not financially now. Yeah. I talk about character. Okay. I don't believe in teaching any grown man how to treat me. Some people give that excuse. He's just a man. That's how men are. No, I personally believe if I am working on myself, on my husband, be working on yourself. I don't have time to now tell you how to treat me. Now explain every action.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
There are some things that every man should know. There are some things that they don't, that we expect them to know.
Yes.
Like me, I like a man that can cook. Because I don't like to cook. Okay. Now, if I am dating someone who doesn't know how to cook, it's not like a very important criteria, but it is part of the process of growing together. That's the whole dating process, to teach him how to cook. It's also a bonding process. We will get closer through that.
You understand?
I feel like it also boils down to the kind of person mentality.
Yeah.
When you're saying we'll burn in the kitchen, some men are like, can you cook the food? Bring it out. So it's mindset. So don't settle. I think
you shouldn't settle.
Yeah, it's still.
But if he's open to some things that you want, then it shows you're going in the right direction.
Yeah. But you know, there are some things you don't teach men. See, men know what they are doing.
You get.
See, there is a conscious
You can't
decision to do some things. See, if you are dating somebody and you literally have to beg them to do some things to you, for you, that is going to build the relationship, then, my dear, how do you want to teach that man, my dear?
Let me show you an experience. Let me show you a life experience. It's not the same, but I think they are from the same family. Something happened recently. So I had a crush on somebody. And it was going really well. Now let's bring it home. Like it was going really well. And the first day 2 days we were chatting, good conversation. I gave him stars, good conversation. And I said Saturday, Sunday we're talking. Monday, Tuesday, you don't say hi. She was like, Chedi, be patient. I said, no, this is a full Turkish red flag. And I'm not gonna some people might say, oh, teach him. I will not teach you.
No, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying change a man, because basically that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm saying, for example, a man who comes from a traditional Nigerian home where he's not trained to cook, or he wants to make you happy as his woman or as his wife or soon to be, and he is open. It is something that will bring you closer together. And also, you need to understand that your love language is not his. So the more you're doing for him, he should be able to reciprocate. And if he is, you need to notice it. From what I understand about men, their ego is very fragile, and it is something that can get them close off to you. So in order not to spoil a good thing because you feel it is not right, just try to understand and study. Like she said, understand and study the person. And if the person is open to some things that you want, in some ways you wish to be treated, then you shouldn't be just, oh, well, he can't do it, so I'm not going to be open to even giving it a try.
Yeah, but I feel that we should balance it out. Because most of us end up trying to try that try, and honey, they're gonna crush your heart. So, like, I feel like if there are some red flags from the beginning, I didn't even used to see red flags, but now I see any small Turkish flag.
I used to be the kind of person where I couldn't keep a relationship after a certain period of time because I got tired. So the problem wasn't actually with me. It wasn't with him, rather, it was with me. So aside from that, you also have to recognize what your problem is in making the relationship not work. You understand? So the same way you're seeing red flags and you're saying, I no go agree. He's probably seeing the same thing as me, I no go agree. So you need to be open. There needs to be open communication. Your mind needs to be open.
Yes, exactly.
And also egos need to be on a normal level.
Both of you should not feel the sense of entitlement.
Yes.
Don't feel entitled.
That expectation, you need to lower it. Because unless he's doing unless he's acting out of your own mind, you don't know what he's capable of doing.
Sure.
Yeah.